So why is this a homecoming show?
Because we're back home. The Cello Project has been touring a lot, going north to Alaska and south to Louisiana and out to Chicago, doing a lot of traveling. So this is back in Portland.
What you're going to have some special guests?
Yeah, Laura Gibson and oh man, there's always a slew of guests, and
Yeah.
Doug Jenkins is the guy to talk to about that.
What do you consider is your role in the ensemble?
My role personally,
Yeah.
well, I'm a team player along with everybody else. So I mean, we all play and support each other in the music that we play. But also, I compose some uh, some pieces. Been writing a lot of stuff for 4 to 6 cellos mostly, and it's been a really nice opportunity to try out some new stuff and a group of folks who are ready, willing, and able to play my stuff. And
Uh-huh.
I've got 2 new pieces for this one as well.
What are they?
One is called Equinox, and the other is called Chorale, and they're a chorale for cellos. So they're both pieces for 5 cellos, and they're a little more classical than other stuff I've written.
Hmm.
One is Equinox is sort of Vivaldi-esque, if I may be so pompous, and the other one is called Chorale because it's based on a piece that I had written for the Portland Gay Men's Choir about a year ago, and I had it in mind as a cello piece all along, so I've reworked it now for 5 cellos.
Why five?
It's a nice even number.
No, it's not.
It's a well. Want to get them to fight over what you consider an odd number?
Well,
I don't know. It's nice. The things are always malleable, and it can be adapted for more or less. It was originally going to be 6 pieces, and then one of the cellists couldn't make it to the rehearsal last minute, so I did a quick rework and made it for 5 cellos.
ah, it's
It's
funny how inspiration works.
yeah, it's a practical application.
So the ensemble's been around quite a long time now.
Yeah, about five
Yeah,
5 years or so.
yeah, yeah. How is it evolving? How has it changed over that period of time? Do you think?
Well, there's definitely been a lot more travel for the group, and there have been some new. There's a core of players who've been in it all along, but there have been other players who've come along. Some have moved away, and others have been become important members of the group who weren't here all along. There's been more writing within the group. Originally, there were just a couple of us who were writing pieces or doing arranging, and now there's several members who are contributing original stuff, which is nice. And collaboration has been part of what we've done all along, but we've been doing more and more of that with lots of local musicians, but also some nationals, and that's been nice. And there's just sort of been a nice progression of things. Doug Jenkins has been leading up the group, and he's been doing a phenomenal job of making friends and promoting the CD and just helping to generate a lot of attention.
All of a sudden, a few years ago, everybody had a cello in their band.
People are finally wising up.
What is it or what was it about the cello that is so appealing to people?
um, Boy, I can't speak for other people,
Hmm.
but it's
How about you?
it does just really resonate. I have this cockamamie theory that the cello really speaks to people because the body of the cello is actually similar to the size of a human torso, and that it does more than many instruments really sound like a human voice or echo a human voice somehow. And the range of cello is really versatile, so you can play those low notes and it can sort of substitute or enhance what a bass does. You can strum it and guitar-like. You can play very high melodies, and my personal pleasure is in making very odd noises, and it's an incredibly wonderful noise machine. Even before you plug it in and start using effects, just an acoustic cello can make all kinds of fantastic, squeaks and growls and honks
Hmm.
and noises you can't define.
What is your main cello? What kind of cello is that? Where'd you get it?
Well, the 2 main cellos I use, I have an old French instrument. It's about 100 years old. It's a nice acoustic cello, and then the other is an electric cello built by Tucker Barrett, who's a luthier in Vermont, and I use that mostly for my solo shows.
Zoe Keating once told me that getting a new cello is like dating. You have to sort of try them out over a period of time.
Maybe she dates more than I do. I don't know. I suppose. I mean, there's something to that. I mean, they're all very different, and you really play an instrument and kind of get the hang of it and see what feels right. And it has to appeal on different levels. I've helped a lot of students over the years to buy cellos, and I give them some pointers in what to look for. But ultimately, the sound has to appeal to you, and the look has to appeal to you. Some people will discount that, but when you take your cello out of the case, you have to be psyched to see it and want to just pick it up and play it, and not feel like, oh God, not this thing. So, but it is very personal. Just the untrained eye and ear, I suppose, they all kind of seem alike, but they're rather different, and the way they respond and the way they feel in your hand varies considerably.
Well, we're always surprised at the Portland Cello Project show because there's always something that we weren't expecting. Does that ever happen to you?
Yes, it does. And, because the group has grown and it's a collective, most of us don't make it to all the shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been fairly busy myself with a lot of other projects and doing some travel for my solo work. So I've missed out on a handful of things, and then I come back and find out, we're doing a karaoke dance party or something like that, or doing a show that's, mostly heavy metal, and it's always a delightful surprise.
So I guess we should expect to be surprised at the Aladdin.
Yeah, but once you tell people to expect to be surprised and you've blown it, it's like, okay, I got this joke and it's got this great punchline. Are you ready? It just doesn't work that way. So don't expect to be surprised, and then you might be.